She deals with things very similar to myself, so I was concerned at first that I wouldn't be able to kind of leave Hermione behind, and that I was just worried about playing something completely different. But actually, I found it pretty easy, so I was lucky there. The girls really have a struggle on their hands because Gum, who kind of adopted them, has disappeared, and the money basically runs out. So there's kind of a necessity for them to work, but also separately, all three of the girls are very ambitious themselves. Posey wants to be a ballerina because all her mother left her before she died were these beautiful pink satin ballet shoes. That was kind of what she chose to leave her daughter, never to see her again. So I think Posey feels very strongly that that is her calling and that's her destiny, and obviously she's also hugely talented. Petrova loves car engines, cars, aeroplanes, mechanics, but she really wants to fly a plane like Amy Johnson. And Pauline, she just loves the stage. She loves to act. She loves becoming a character. I think she's also very tied up in the this very glamorous idea of what it is to be an actress as well. Whether or not she finds that to be true in the end is, well, you'll see. But I think their story is very inspiring because they succeed against the odds, and they find a balance between their own ambition and being part of a family, and there are all these different forces pulling them different ways, and there's conflict and friction, and they all have a lesson to learn. I mean, Pauline has quite a big kind of fall from grace because she gets very caught up. She's actually very insecure about herself and whether she's any good, but she starts to think there's a certain way that she should act, I think, and she becomes very arrogant and kind of cocky, and she starts just being a bit of a brat, basically, and she loses her starring role in Alice in Wonderland. And she learns a really big lesson. She's really gutted by it. It really hits her very hard. Obviously, because the family are relying on the financial, what she's earning from it, but also because, she was kind of living her dream and it was kind of taken away from her. I think anyone who watches it will be able to relate to one of or all of the girls in the story and the journey that they go through. And sounds very corny, but basically I think the message of the film is that dreams can come true, and if you believe in something enough and you want something enough, then anything is possible, anything can happen. And I think that's I think that's a great message.